Hi, second grade students. Today's story is from Knowledge 11, Lesson 4, called From Ireland to New York City. Before I begin our story, I'm going to go over our vocabulary words. Our first vocabulary word for today's story is the word afford. Repeat after me. Afford. Afford means to have enough of something, especially money or time, or available or able to buy or do something. Our next vocabulary word is the word blight. Say blight. Blight is a sudden and quick death of plants or crops caused by a disease. Our last vocabulary word is the word emigrated. Say emigrated. Emigrated means left a country or region to settle in another. For once, Sean and Fiona Murphy were grateful for the crowds of people on their street in New York City. It was a freezing cold day in 1858, and all those bodies helped block the powerful wind blowing in from the Hudson River. Fiona told Sean, "Let's go into Uncle Brendan's." And a minute later, they entered their uncle's little restaurant named Murphy's, after their family. The cold followed them in, so they quickly shut the door behind themselves. A familiar voice called out, "Well now, look who the cat dragged in." It was Uncle Brendan. "It wasn't a cat," Sean laughed. "It was Fiona. I'm hungry, Uncle Brendan." "You're a 15-year-old boy," his uncle answered. "You're always hungry. Sit down and I'll get each of you a plate. But Sean, don't you eat so much that you leave nothing left for my paying customers." Just then, Aunt Kathleen came out from the kitchen and walked over. Quietly, she asked, "How's your ma?" Fiona grew serious. "Not so good, Auntie. She says she should be used to this cold after living in a drafty one-room shack back in Ireland, but this New York winter's doing something to her. And you know Pa, he never says he's worried, but when he was home last month, I could see it in his eyes. I've been wishing he could be home more." Kathleen replied, "He's lucky to have a job. Working to lay railroad tracks out west may take him away often, but his pay is putting food in your mouth and paying for whatever heat we can get in our home." Fiona's family, including her aunt and uncle, had been sharing a tiny apartment ever since they emigrated from Ireland to settle in the United States. Uncle Brendan's restaurant, Murphy's, was doing well now, but he and his brother Peter, Sean and Fiona's father, were still paying back the money they owed for buying the restaurant. Any money they earned helped the whole family. By now, plates of food had appeared in front of Sean and Fiona. Sean breathed in the familiar smells of the food from his home country, Ireland. "Ah, bacon joint and potatoes," he told Aunt Kathleen. "It reminds me of Ireland every time I smell your cooking." "It should," she answered, "since I cooked you the same foods for you there. Only we have more to eat here. There was never enough food to eat after the potato blight ruined our main food source in Ireland. Even your pa, the strongest man I know, was getting weak from hunger. It's a blessing to come to a country where there's food to eat. The land of opportunity indeed. Back in Dublin, Ireland, we worked just as hard and we had a lot less." "Hi," said Uncle Brendan. "We would never have been able to own a restaurant back in Ireland. Even if we could have, no one had money enough to be a paying customer. We had so many hardships back home. We complained when all we had to eat in Ireland was potatoes, but we suffered tremendously when the potatoes were no longer there. Our family had to pay a lot of money to immigrate to America. And even with all the difficulties that we have and are going through, it has been well worth it. We have had a good place to live in a neighborhood of Irish folks like us. Sure, some people have been hostile, but there's more food on our table than we ever had back at home in Ireland. And as crowded as it may be, I prefer New York City to farming the rocky Irish soil. Still, I do miss a lot of the folks we left behind when we emigrated from Ireland." As he was saying this, the door opened and a voice shouted out, "Well, I'm glad to hear that, Brendan, for we have no plans to go back." Uncle Brendan's face burst into a huge grin. "Michael Connolly!" he exclaimed. Turning, he saw his old neighbors from Ireland walking through the door. They were new immigrants to the United States now. After a happy reunion, Brendan said, "Sit down all, and we'll bring you a good warm meal." Later, after the Connolly family was full of Kathleen's hearty food, Brendan asked Michael, "Have you had a place to stay? What are you doing about work?" "We're staying with my brother for now," his old neighbor replied. "As for work," he shrugged. I'd hire you myself, Brendan said, but I couldn't afford to pay you. There's a fellow here from the old country who needs wagon drivers to deliver ice in the summer and coal for fires in the winter. No man alive knows more about horses than you do, Michael. I'll take you to meet him. It's hard work, but what isn't? At least you'll be near your home, not like my brother Peter out west laying railroad tracks with a pick and a shovel. At this, his niece Fiona said, "But not for long, Uncle. That's what I was starting to tell you. We got a letter. Pa says his boss thinks so highly of his work that he's bringing him back to New York City to work in an office." Her brother Sean added, "Pa will be home at the end of the month. He says that it's a lucky thing he can read and write, or he would not have been given this new job opportunity. He says it'll pay better than building the railroad out west. What's even better is now he'll be close to home to care for Ma. You should have seen her face when I read her the letter. I think maybe she's going to get better now with Pa around." Uncle Brendan nodded. "Ah, Sean, when your pa's around, your mother perks up like a flower that just got watered. And see how important it is that you and Fiona learn to read and write so well at an early age. One day you'll have better job opportunities than any of us." Sean smiled. "Fiona and I are very lucky now to live here in the land of opportunity, but we'll never forget where we came from and the sacrifices our family had to make to get here." "Well," said Uncle Brendan, "it seems we all have a great deal to be grateful for here in America. Kathleen and I are lucky enough to own a restaurant. The Connollys are newcomers here. My brother will be with us soon and working in a better job. And I believe your Ma will get better, children. All in all, I'd say that as hard as the changes sometimes are, coming to America was a good idea."